Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Niko. I'm just gonna go into it. Normally I obviously wait for the audience to build, but I'm kind of in a rush. But normally I would not be driving in South Florida traffic while doing a live stream video, nor would I be live streaming this early in the morning because I know most of you are not going to see it. However, for those of you who are up, this is breaking news. A pipe bomb has gone off at the New York Port Authority. They're still waiting to gather more information about this, but this is just all too coincidental because for those of you who don't know, the Palestinians and Muslims and everybody really in solidarity with the Palestinians and abroad went to protest in New York City yesterday. In the area, of course, where they were protesting is the tunnel entrance or the subway entrance into the New York Port Authority. I am just kind of like not baffled really. I'm not even surprised, but I am, I guess, curious because a lot of people, really including myself, had predicted like when bold statements like the one Donald Trump made declaring Jerusalem the capital of Israel happens, whenever those type of statements are made, something crazy usually follows. Every time. And Trump himself said he was tired of the negotiations not working. And he didn't say that, that he agreed with Palestine. He didn't say that he was for a two-state solution either. He just said that his method wasn't working, or their methods, or the methods that we had practiced in the past were not working. And then, of course, he makes this statement. Palestinians take to the streets as they should have. Muslims took to the streets in Israel as they should have. And now bombs have been being launched into the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, killing innocent Muslims, innocent Palestinians. They're claiming that they were responding to mortar fire. However, nobody actually saw this mortar fire from Hamas that's being claimed. But that's what they said. They said they're responding to mortar fire. Like, it was just the excuse that they needed. I doubt that, like, this declaration was made and then all of a sudden Hamas would just start firing mortars to intensify. Like, terrorists usually attack whenever it's peaceful. Like, whenever you're unsuspecting. Like, they're not going to just fire. And we haven't seen any proof of this mortar fire, nor have we seen any corroborated evidence of this mortar fire. I'm not going to assume that the mortar fire is truthful. And the reason why is because whenever the announcement was made that the Palestinians had supposedly fired mortars into Israel, it was only in response to Israel fires and bombs the West Bank, fires on and bombs the West Bank. But there was no initial post, no initial report of mortar fire into Israel until it was put and included into the article giving Israel an excuse to fire rounds onto Palestine. So it seems like all of this was an excuse and a means to extend Israel's borders, or a way to give an excuse to extend Israel's borders even further into Jerusalem, especially given the response. Well, I don't know if you all know this, but Barack Obama had actually put in a resolution that had gotten passed to restore Israel's borders to the original 1948 borders, which would essentially put Jerusalem completely and totally back into Palestine, where it belonged. Now, of course, Trump wasn't going to have this, and of course, Netanyahu did not want to have that either, because everything that he had worked for, all that imperialism, would have been thrown under the bus. Now, fast forward. You have Israel bombing. You have hell in Israel right now, hell in Palestine, protests in New York. And then even with the protests in New York, the morning after the Muslims protest peacefully, just praying and protesting, a pipe bomb goes off. And I wonder who's going to be scapegoated for that. Overall, once again, I don't want anybody to be confused by this. A false flag attack doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Doesn't mean that people didn't get hurt. A false flag attack is essentially a reference to Operation Norwood that came up during the Cold War to launch attacks on U.S. citizens in order to galvanize them to be okay with, or distract from, with imperialist agendas that, America tends to pursue. So it's not that it didn't happen, it's just that it's very, very convenient that it happened at such an opportune time right after because remember, people have been protesting in New York all weekend, or all week, I should say. But yesterday, specifically, Palestinians were in the streets. Muslims specifically were praying in the streets. And then right after that, boom, pipe bomb goes off in Port Authority, right where the Muslims were praying at. And I'm supposed to believe that it just doesn't make any sense. But we already know what's about to happen. We already know who's going to be blamed. We know how this is going to end. And it's so sad and so unfortunate that most people don't really see this, because they're going to be like, see, told you, the Palestinians are the violent ones and the Israelis are the peaceful ones, although the Israelis are the ones launching bombs into innocent babies' homes, but whatever. So yeah, I just had to report that really fast. If you all have any research on it, anything else comes out or comes up, please post it into this post so we can keep up with it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic freaking day. My heart goes out to those who are in New York right now, and I hope that none of you all have been affected by that pipe bomb. And I hope that everybody is safe. And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, find your balance. Peace.